Okay, what's up, everybody? Um, Wanted to do just a regular chat with you guys and let you know something I kind of been battling. Of course, I remember you, Toxic. How you doing, man? Something that I've been kind of battling, deal with. Dust, what's up, man? How you doing? It's something I've been dealing with, honestly, since this whole thing with the pandemic has been going on, and it's kind of taking a toll on me. It's been a little frustrating for me personally. On a on really just like a creator level for the most part. So, and I'm not even just talking about live streams. I'm leaving live streams out of it. I'm just talking about just regular recorded, edited content on here, and just in general. It's been really difficult for me to get motivated to like sitting down, talking about whatever it is that I wanted to talk about, or recording content for you guys here on YouTube. Now, give and take, a couple of little quick things here and there, but it's not anything like substantial for the most part. And as I said before, it's been particularly difficult for me to do, especially with this whole pandemic. Since the pandemic has pretty much started, I've been working my ass off. I've really been working my ass off, and it has kind of like taken a toll on me. Like I said, on a creator level. So you guys kind of know what my routine has been since everything has started. So the first when things were like really really bad, especially like here in Maryland, with the change of like the store hours and the time that I had to be at work, and then the time that I get off work, the time that I get home, from the time that I wake up. So normally, now the store closes at 10 o'clock, but before it was closing at 9, which means I had to be at work at I think it's between like 1:30 to 2:30 some days. When we was closing at 9 o'clock. Now, they appreciate it, man. Thank you. So I wake up every morning. Little man wakes me up every morning between 7:30 to 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:30. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. So, I get waking up by little man every day between 8 to 8:30, and then it is constant. You know, every minute on the hour. Him wanting to be around me, of course, being under me. I walk out the room. He's attached to my hip. I can't go to the bathroom without him wanting to be in the bathroom with me. Like he is literally, what's up, Kevin? He is literally step by step, stride by stride. I cannot leave his sight, not even for a minute, let alone 30 seconds. So all the way up until the time that I have to leave out to go to work. Some days he doesn't even take a nap. Some days he's just like wide awake, and he's not here tonight. He'll be coming back home tomorrow. But excuse me, gotta clear my throat. So some days it's just constant, you know, yeah, it's just constant. We'll talk about that soon too. Constant, just me watching him, making sure he's good. If he takes a nap or if he ends up falling asleep, sometimes it is about an hour before I got to leave out to go to work. So that only gives me sometimes, yeah. Nah, my bed ain't really lined up. That's just some slight shit. um, so sometimes I literally only have like an hour to do anything. So that hour that I have sometimes is just to relax and just kind of decompress and get myself prepared to deal with the shit that I got to deal with at work on a daily basis. And then, like I said, some days I don't even get a chance. He don't even take a break. He just is wide awake, wired, and then I'm just leaving out without having a break. So then going from that to going straight to work, then like my shifts, even though we close early, they're like long ass mid shifts. So even now, I have to be at work at 3 o'clock this week, and then I don't get off work till 11. So by the time I get home, it's already like 11:30 sometimes. And then if he's wide awake, that's a wrap for that part too. So it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to actually do stuff. What's up, Captain? How you doing? It makes it more difficult for me to actually do stuff because if he's wide awake, I got to put him to sleep. If my wife is wide awake, I got to make sure I'm spending my time with my wife. And then by the time she'll probably end up falling asleep, and then it's already like 12:30, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 1:30 in the morning. And at that point, it's like, all right, it's already late as shit. I don't really have chance. I don't really have a chance to do any type of like streaming or recording stuff or anything like that. So then it's like that day's a wash. And just think about that being repeated pretty much on a daily basis. So like even now, my wife's not here. She'll be coming home probably soon, but sometimes I really don't get too much chance to even do a stream sometimes because just depending on what's going on. So with dealing with that and also dealing with the shit that I deal with at work with this whole pandemic, as I said before, it's like people's attitudes have gotten worse as each month has passed. So it's just like a totality of like a lot of different factors when it comes to myself. And then when I do have like my days of like having a break, yeah, I know it's worth it. I know it's worth it. When I do have my days of having a break, it's just like, all right, I just want to chill, decompress, and just kind of trying to get the engine back running. But even on the days that I've had like a break, it's just, of course, watching Little Man. So I really don't get too much of a chance to have a break because he's still around me 24/7. Now, the good thing about all of this, the good thing about all of this, my wife made me take time off, and she told me that to make sure I do take time off because I have been working like shit, like I said, during this whole pandemic. So I have a week of vacation that is going to be coming up on Monday. It starts next Monday, but me being off on the weekend, my vacation officially starts when I get off work on Friday. So hopefully between the weekend and Monday, I kind of get myself remotivated back again. Um, yeah, it's understandable. Hopefully by like Monday or some point during the week, I get the motivation to actually sit down, record videos, and get out edited content to you guys. Because I feel like you guys deserve it. Like the live streams and stuff are cool, but I do like sitting down, recording content, and giving my opinion about stuff, and not really just being a live stream all the time. And so it's a lot of things that I want to give my opinion about, especially like gaming related stuff that I want to do, and also if it is like other like a couple reactions of stuff that I wanted to do as well. But it's just like I said, just getting the fucking motivation to get up and actually do it has been just extremely, extremely, extremely tough. Um, and I don't have an issue with with working at all. because I mean, of course, I'm lucky enough to have been working throughout this entire pandemic, and I've been blessed to have a job and not go through the same hardship as other people have been going through. But sometimes balancing everything between YouTube to personal life to work can be challenging, man. It really can be challenging at moments. And I do my best to show a good face as much as I possibly can without letting you guys know what it is that I'm going through. But I'm human, so I'll always share with you guys as far as like if there's anything like bothering me, and if there's anything that I feel as though that I just kind of need to get off my chest with you guys. And that's been the great thing about having you all here is being able to be as almost as open as I could possibly be without having to worry about any type of like lashbacks and things like that, and people being upset about whatever the case may be. God knows what it is. Um. So. Um. Yeah, I try to do the best that I can, man. I really do. I really, really do. Appreciate that, man. Love you too, brother. It's not one of those things, and it kind of it bothers me on days where I tell you guys that I'm going to end up doing the stream or going to end up doing this and doing that, and it never comes to fruition. Be it whatever the case may be, and that gets under my skin a lot, a whole lot for myself because you guys come here to you guys come here for entertainment for one, but then also I think a lot of you guys just kind of come back here just to kind of chill out and relax and just have a good fun conversation about all the most random shit in the world or whatever. Just having my time with my son is good enough for me. Time to myself comes. And I know that, Justin. I do appreciate it, man. And you guys have been more than understanding as to knowing knowing the situation and knowing what I do. And it's not like me not doing it is just me not something holding me back from not being able to. It is literally just just time and and not having the energy. Honestly, is what it kind of boils down to. Yeah, and then one of those things. It could be one of those things of where you just need to just kind of recharge your battery. Having that time off and not worried about anything except for just waking up the next day and just taking it day by day is is good. But it is some moments of where it can be tough to do sometimes, man. It can be tough to do sometimes. But being a content creator, you do have your things of burnout, because burnout does exist for individuals, and especially for anyone that creates content on a regular basis. And I'm not saying myself, but anyone that does YouTube and does content creation in any sense can experience burnout. It gets to the best of us, man. Even the bigger channels have a sense of being burnt out for whatever the case may be. I just try to do my best as I can possibly do, and give you guys the best content that I can give you. What the fuck is my remote? Yeah, why you gave up? You prefer being a consumer rather than provide. Why you haven't posted on IG in months? Yeah, yeah. It's The feedback that you get from individuals, especially like the positive feedback that you get from like supporters, is always uplifting. It's always uplifting, and even the negative feedback that you get from people can be a driving force when it comes to being a content creator. But it is tough at moments, man. It really is tough at moments, and especially like being a streamer when you're a streamer in general, and that alone can be it's how can I put it? And I'm only speaking for myself. I'm not going to speak for everybody. So like for myself, it is tough at moments to do streams and to be as entertaining as possible depending on what you're playing because trying to grow a channel and when you're streaming is very hard. And it's just like growing a channel. Like growing a channel is difficult too. You might get lucky and strike the iron and have tremendous growth, and then you can try to grow your channel and just be slowly stagnant, or feel like you're putting out the best content, but not really getting any type of like traction from it and stuff. And things like that can also cause you to kind of get unmotivated and to not have the drive and wanting to do it, let alone put forth the effort into doing it because you just feel as though it's all going to be like a waste of time in doing it or trying to do it because you're not getting the amount of people to join your stream, or you're not getting the amount of views per video and a lot of other things. Like even for me, man, like with me being a channel that has over 8,200 subscribers, trying to do live streams sometimes on YouTube can be frustrating. It can be frustrating, but then at the same time, I don't try to from an outsider perspective. I think your channel number wise and growth wise gets the most traction and audience interaction in terms of comments and likes, and I personally enjoy both. Yeah, yeah, and I agree there, Trey. I agree there. Um, I think the one thing I try not to do to this till like now is I try my best not to let a lot of the stuff that used to get to me, like when I first started. I don't let it get to me like that. Now, every once in a blue moon, like I'll get a little frustrated if something doesn't go the way I was, hoping that it would go. And oh yeah, no, I know that's the case. Like any type of reaction that I do is going to get way more viewership on that compared to live streams. Like that I've been come to terms with. Um, However, it's just it's kind of like Twitch. It's like Twitch and with Mixer. Before Mixer's about to end up closing all together soon. Um, I feel as though, and it's the same way. Like I said, if you play certain games, will garner you a viewership base, and but it depends on what you're playing, though, Trey. Like I'm saying, so if you are a say if you play like Fortnite, or if you play like Warzone, or you play what's another popular game that's out there right now? Um, can't think of another game right now. So if I were to go on YouTube And say if I were to go on YouTube, or just go to the computer and look at like the YouTube part and the trending, or look at live streams, gaming streams, and look at the trending. I'm pretty sure Warzone is up there, Fortnite is up there. I don't know. I think I can, but I would have to set up like I think channel membership for something like that. Um, it all depends. It all kind of boils down to the game that you're playing, for one, because that's the most important thing. Even now, like on like Twitch. So if I go to Twitch right now, hold on, let me since I'm actually logged on to Twitch, because I'm gonna eventually end up. I feel like it still might be, because I'm actually going to end up playing some PUBG tomorrow morning, I believe. But I think it's still popular. I think it's still popular. Hold on. All right, so let me go to the home, and then let's look at. Not trying to look at popular channels right now. All right, so my recommended games. Since you're more into gamer and reaction in terms of channel, how do you think channel will flow when PS5 comes out and PS4 don't have new releases? Well, I think they won't start. I don't honestly feel like they're going to stop phasing out PS4 new releases right now. It probably won't get until about, I would say, after that first year that the PS5 has been out, that they're going to stop or start kind of phasing out of PS4, because it took a minute for PS3 before they stopped making new releases for PS3. But it just depends on the title too, as far as the developer. Um, and I don't know how that's all going to work in regards to that. But so like I'm right now, I'm looking at Twitch right now. Yeah, and that's the part that's going to suck, because I'm waiting to see what the price point is going to be for PS5. And if it's going to be what I'm hearing is going to be between 4 and 500, and the 400 is going to be the digital only, then phew, that's going. I mean, I still won't get it when it first come out, but I'll probably end up getting it a lot sooner than I had anticipated on getting it. But we'll just have to wait to see what the price point's going to be. All right, so looking at Twitch right now, so Call of Duty Warzone has 151,000, almost 152,000 viewers right now. Game a beta called Mortal Shell has 1,719. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike has 43 viewers. Street Fighter 5 has 1206. Fantasy Star Online 2 has 424. Dark Souls 3 has 17 to 70. MK11 is 677. Monster Hunter, yeah, I thought about that too, Trey. I am waiting for the right game to play before I go back and do a retro stream. I'll probably do something in regards to like Dead Space, is what I want to do. The next gen games could start at 70. I think that'll be dumb, but at the same time, mm, I don't know. I don't know. Like eh, that's steep for a new release game for the PS5. I never played Dead Space 3. That was actually that was bad. Hmm. That sucks. So yeah, I'm sitting there looking at all of this stuff as far as like on Twitch, as far as games that's being recommended for me. So Valorant is 65,000. Hyperspace, I don't know what the hell that is. That's 16,000. Bloodborne is 336. Second row is 615. MKX is 29. Apex is 2600. And that's pretty much it. So just like any game in general, um, you got to make sure you're playing the right thing. But here's the other part about streaming. It is such a no, fuck no. No, no, no. So the other thing about being a streamer is trying, and this is the other part that I kind of hate about that. Hyperspace is a wild battle royale. Seen a few gameplays on it. I've never even heard about it. I've never even heard about it. Let me see what this shit is. Let me see. So the thing about being a streamer now is, and I think a lot of people like myself kind of deal with this, trying to get the game as early as possible to be one of the first few people streaming. Now I don't really worry about that because I get the game. If it's a game that I'm looking forward to, I'll just get it, and when it's available for me, I'll play it. And then just do what I can, and don't worry about anything else. I try to play a lot of the games that I have fun with, but then I know the ones that oh, PC only. Oh well, fuck it then. I'm not gonna look it up. No point in me looking it up then if that's the case. Um, I do my best to try to do what I can and to make most of whatever situation that I got to deal with when it comes to that part. And like I said, sometimes trying to get titles when they come out can be challenging, and even for certain individuals that get like early access for certain games and stuff, of course, like bigger channels and stuff, is one of the perks of doing stuff like that, or being recognized for you know gaming in general. But the problem that comes into play with some people is that if you're not playing a certain type of game, or if you're not playing a game that you always play all the time, that it's hard to really get any type of like traction and growing your channel for the most part. So like I'll use this as a perfect example. So when I was playing H1Z1 on a regular basis, and I wasn't playing it just because of the simple fact that it was helping my channel grow. Like I was thoroughly having fun with H1Z1. And that was one of the wildest times of like when I was playing H1, where I would have a consistent minimum between like 12 and 15 15 people per stream and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun, and it was just a lot of times of where like I realized like in a week, and this is when people were still watching H1, because people are not watching H1 anymore. Like if I go, let me go to H1Z1. Hold on. Let me go to my library and let me see if it's going to show me how many. Oh yeah, brother, dude. I was playing the shit out of H1, dude. You have no idea. You have no idea. I was on H1Z1 hard, man, when it first came out on PS4. I was on that shit hard. Where is it at? All right. H1Z1 Battle Royale. So, total amount of people streaming H1Z1 right now off of just off the PlayStation app, 5 people. 5 people are streaming H1 as we speak right now. 5 people. H1 doesn't even get full lobbies anymore. They don't get full lobbies. Like I, dude, this is what kills me. I had when I did that when I did the video as to telling you guys why I stopped playing H1. Every lobby that I jumped into had a minimum of 65 to 70 people in each lobby. In each lobby. And that's not even full. That's not even a full lobby. And then when I happen to look up H1, like now, if I go to like live broadcast and I'm looking at a broadcast now, dude, it is 50 people in this one lobby. 50 people in one lobby. And it's crazy. It's absolutely positively crazy. Like, and it's sad, man. And it's sad that it's like that. It's real sad that it's like that. And like I said, I used to have fun with it. And then every patch update that they came out with just fucked the game up even more and more, and it got worse and worse to the point where I just stopped having fun with it, man. Stop having fun with it. When I started to get like more upset than I did enjoying the game, then that's when I knew it was just time for me just to just not play it anymore. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because, like I said, I had a lot of fun with it, and I don't know, man. I don't know. There's still people that stream H1 on YouTube. I just don't know, how their viewership is when it comes to it. Let me just look something up real quick. It's just unfortunate, man. And you know me. I don't just play one particular type of game 24/7. Like I have different genres of games that I play. All right, Justin. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the words of encouragement, there, brother. Do appreciate that. All right, so let's see. H1Z1 live. Uh, Not seeing nothing. Actually, hold on. One person I forgot to look up real quick. Let's see. So like one guy that I used to watch all his H1 streams and stuff. Like it only does. He's only doing. Let's see. So this is from a day ago. So 13, 22, 38, 28, 38, 28, 25, 42, 39, 18, so on and so forth. So I honestly don't know, how many people are still watching it, to be quite honest. And I don't think it's really much of anything at this point. It's almost like it kind of reminds me of what was that Battlefield 5 Firestorm. That shit is dead now. That shit is dead. I think that died off completely once Warzone came out. Honestly, I don't even think anybody. I don't know if anyone even still playing that anymore now. Um, but man, is this? I just have to just continue to keep doing what I'm doing, though, man, and just let the chips fall where they may. Things will things will turn around at some point, and like I said, I'll get motivation to do or to start recording, edit it, and putting out edited content again. Is just recently it's just been tough as shit to do. This has been real tough to do. What time is it? It's 12:34. Let's see if they updated the story yet. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else. I think the only other thing that can be coming out soon, besides Ghost of Tsushima, is I gotta see when they're supposed to be releasing Little Hope, because I do need to stream that when it does come out. That I do want to stream when it comes out as well too. Um, I really don't think it was anything else though, man. Honestly, I think I just wanted to just kind of vent for you guys and let you know what my frustrations have been like and what I've been dealing with and all the other good stuff. I didn't forget the game was coming out. You just haven't really heard much about it, and I do appreciate that, man. I do appreciate that. Um, did you guys want to discuss Last of Us 2 while I'm here, or should we just leave it be at this point now? I think it will too. I think it will too. It's just being patient, just like anything else. Patience is a hard fucking thing to do.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Are you saying that you really like Last of Us 2, Trey? Wow. I'm stunned. I'm stunned that you actually really liked it. Cause you and Killer was shitting on the game so bad the day it came out. The first day I started playing it, y'all was absolutely shitting on the game, big time. Killer still don't like it though. Agreed. I enjoyed Last of Us 2. I enjoyed it. It's not going to win Game of the Year. It's not going to win Game of the Year. That I feel pretty confident in saying that. As good as the game is not as good as the first one. It can be a part three. If they do a part three, it has to be. I feel like it should be brand new characters. I don't think I don't think there's anything else to really tell about Ellie from Ellie's perspective at this point now. I think to me, I feel like they closed out that chapter of that book completely. If they do make another one, I just feel as though it shouldn't be with Ellie. I think they should kind of give like a synopsis um, as far as to like what happened with her from the last time if they do a part three, and how it's all going to kind of tie in with one another, and with that community of Jackson being so large, it's a number of different routes that they can go. But I don't feel as though yeah, yeah, I totally see that. I totally see that. I don't see how they can have Ellie a part of part three. I just don't see it. I just don't see it working at all. You know, my thing with this when it came to Last of Us 2 was with people review bombing it and giving their opinion about the game itself and not really actually playing it. You was too, Trey. You was too. Because I think it was after a certain point when I think it was either you or it was Killer that was saying that the story only goes downhill from a certain part. I can't remember which part it was at, but I remember one of you guys saying, yeah, and I feel like that with a lot of the games, if it's not something that automatically kind of sits with you in the beginning. I mean, it's as I said before, it kind of reminds me of Death Stranding about how it is in the beginning. It doesn't really grab you from the jump, and then the more you play, the more the story progresses, and then it grabs you more and more and more, and then by the end of the game, you're completely like locked into it. And that was the same thing that happened with me with Death Stranding. Like I was interested to see how it was all going to flow together, as far as like if the gameplay was gonna get better, or if it was gonna get a little bit more interesting. And I think the concept of it being multiplayer but not seeing anyone else, I think is one of the coolest concepts that you can have, and how you can leave stuff for individuals and to helping them get around different parts of like the area and doing all the different deliveries, and how your when your level goes up more, it unlocks more opportunity to get around other pathways and things like that, and you see more as far as like what people have left the higher your level gets. And so I think that part of it, and a lot of people probably they know about it now, but in the very beginning when it first came out, people didn't play it long enough to actually get to that point. They played it for a couple hours, and then after a couple hours, they already just like turned off on it, which I can understand, because I mean, if you're not invested into a game after a couple hours, I can understand how you may not want to play it again. But I think I just felt like that game was going to be different, and it wasn't going to be like it wasn't going to be the usual thing. And me seeing that shit in the trailers, and how the trailers was just so it was so weird and not explaining nothing. And as weird as the trailers were, I was still intrigued as to seeing exactly what the game was all about. So, finally get my hands on it and playing it. And I think it was after to me, it was after the second or third day where I was just like, all right, I'm hooked into it now. So I'm gonna see it all the way through. And regardless of how long it takes, I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see how the story's gonna go. And so, man, like when I try to explain that game to certain people that have never played it, and telling them the different things about it, and how the bad press that it gotten, is kind of like the same thing with Last of Us 2. That some of it of people that actually played through the entire game is warranted. Yeah, and that was part of it too. And I mean, I said that it had like that it had a slow burn effect as well. Um, I still feel like Abby's section is way more fun than Ellie's. I think Seattle Day 2 is when it kind of picks up for Ellie, about getting like that halfway point is excuse me, is when it picks up for Ellie, and how her gameplay becomes more fun. But yeah, definitely day one was just it was definitely a slow burn. It was definitely a real slow burn. But man, I think yeah, but I mean, she's justified. She was just as justified as Ellie was justified in trying to kill them. I mean, Joel killed her father. You anyone in their right mind? So if you were in her shoes, say you were in her shoes and you were in the same type of environment. What's up, Caleb? You was in the same environment. You come into a room. Um, exactly. You go into a room. You see that you see your father got killed by the individual, and or you found out that a certain individual killed your father. You mean to tell me you wouldn't do the same thing that Abby did in trying to search this person out? And once you finally get your hands on them and you're able to do what it is that you want to do and extract revenge on the person that killed your parent, I think everyone in this stream will probably do the same thing that Abby did. Now, of course, we all hate it because we are looking at it from the perspective of like Joel and being attached to Joel and Ellie, and going around their entire trip to get to the way things are ended in part one. However, when you see the connection that Abby has with the first one, you could be like, shit, I can understand why she did it. Like, it sucks that she did it, but I can understand. And the same thing goes for Ellie. Like, Ellie seen the person that killed Joel right in front of her, and she went on this whole path of revenge to try to find the person that killed him. And granted, she got her ass beat the first time. Granted, she got her ass whipped the first time that she fought Abby. But the second time she fought her, Abby wasn't the same. Wasn't the same. She wasn't the same version of Abby from the beginning parts of the game or the earlier parts of the game. You can tell she's just like defeated and she's tired. She's a hell of a lot smaller. Um, and she just wants to go. Like she didn't want to really fight Ellie, but Ellie was so hell bent in trying to fight her. Just like Ellie said, I don't know if I can ever forgive you, but I would like to try. And Joe said the same reason she saw Joel. Yeah, yeah. That's the only reason why I feel like she let her go. I think that's the only reason why she let her go. That quick flash of Joel right before she's about to kill her is what saved Abby. If it wasn't for that, she would have definitely drowned the shit out of her in front of the little boy. So, I mean, me personally, man, I still feel as though the game is still about a 7 for me personally, and I still really feel like it's fucked up about what they did with the bait and switch, and I feel like if the pacing of the game was a little better, then I will give it a half a point for that one. But then the other thing that takes away from it for me is I feel like the character development when it came to the relationship between Ellie and Dina, and they didn't really they kind of gave us a somewhat of a backstory as to what got them to that point, but they was already somewhat at that point before the kiss had even happened, and so we only know what happened at the kiss. But then when you first start playing the game, their relationship is already thrown on you without any type of substance behind it. That's one question. Do you think Ellie would have really stabbed Liv in the throat if she didn't fight Abby? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I honestly really don't know if she would have slashed her left throat. I honestly don't know. But then in the end, I mean, Ellie kind of fucked herself over. Like she was so hell bent on getting revenge that she lost everything. She lost everything in the end. Joel is still dead. She ended up losing her girlfriend and whatever relationship that she had, but she was so stuck in her way that she was willing to lose everything just for the simple fact of revenge. And sometimes that's not a good thing. At moments you just got to learn to let stuff go and just really let it go in the end. Because I mean, if your personal quest for revenge sometimes isn't worth the overall uh the overall stake of what you'll lose. Even how Ellie didn't want to just kill Abby quick, she put the gun down. Same, whereas Abby didn't want to kill Joel quick. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of ways that you can kind of interpret that game and the way that the ending is and the way how everything plays out between Abby and Ellie at the end. And some people feel like, and this is what I think. This is what one of the things that Killer said. Killer feel as though Abby, well, not Abby. I'm sorry. Ellie went on this whole quest of revenge, and she finally gets Abby to the point of where she wants to finally get her revenge, and she let her go, and he felt like it was just a total waste of a game just to go through all of that just to have her let her go in the end. And I don't feel like that. I don't feel like it was a total waste. There's always a meaning behind stuff like that, and why a decision like that is made, and why stuff like that happens. So I don't know, but it's definitely a polarizing game as to having um, a split a split reaction, legitimate reactions, and legitimate opinions. With Ellie letting Abby go, it makes me wonder if Abby could have found the compassion to try to forgive Joel right before killing him. Before, well, Abby was ruthless. Abby was ruthless in a different way than Ellie was. So I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But every action has a reaction, and everything you do, especially if it's bad, somehow, some way, is going to come back and get you in the end. In some manner, it may not be in a manner that you expect. She wasn't too ruthless. She let Ellie live after killing her friend not once but twice. Well, she was about to kill Ellie, but Lev stopped her. You gotta remember that Lev had stopped her. The little boy stopped Abby from killing Ellie. She was about to kill the shit out of Ellie, but she only let Ellie live the first time because it wasn't who she was after. She was only after Joel, and I think it was Owen that was telling her to um to just leave her be. Now the other the other individuals that did all the extra shit, like the dude kicking her and the dude spitting on Joel, that type shit. Those people I really didn't. I was like, all right, you can do what you do. Yeah, Manny. The only person I felt bad for, or the only two people I felt bad for, was Mel and Owen. Those are the only two people I felt somewhat remorseful for. But when Mel tried to tried to stab Ellie, I was like, all right, that's pretty much going to go the route that I'm thinking it's going to go. And then the same thing with Owen. But yeah, yeah. But I think the only other person, well, no, I can't say the only other person. Everybody else could have died. I don't know what he was going to do with Mel. But the dark skinned chick that she beat with that pipe that I was rooting for her to hit, Manny, and then the other dude that was talking shit about killing her. Yeah, other than Mel and Owen, everybody else, goodbye and good riddance. All right, man. Well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. What's up, Will? What's going on, bro? So stupid. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, man, and I'm gonna call it a night. Um, so I'm going to play some PUBG tomorrow. It'll be my first time playing this in about 3 months. So I don't know how this shit is gonna go. If Little Man does not come home early, then I'll definitely be playing, but it's going to determine on when he comes home. And then, should I play some Dark Souls tomorrow? Should I go back and play some more Dark Souls tomorrow? Tomorrow night? I'll leave a community post for you guys, and I'll let you all decide tomorrow whether or not if I should play some Dark Souls tomorrow night when I come home from work. Oh man, tell your cousins thank you, man. I appreciate yourself and your cousin's support, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night though. Oh shit! As you can see, I'm yawning like hell. Um, so join me tomorrow, early tomorrow with some PUBG, and then as I said, I'll put up a community post early tomorrow afternoon and let you all vote on playing some Dark Souls tomorrow night. So that's it for me, man. I'm gonna get some rest. I am a little sleepy. I am a little tired. So I will catch you all tomorrow, and I appreciate you all joining me tonight on this stream and letting me get some stuff off my chest and kind of get some thoughts out of my brain and stuff. So have a good night, everybody. Get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow, and take care of yourself. Love y'all.